Did you know that if Brooklyn were a city unto itself, it would be the 5th largest city in the United States?
No.
Welcome back to the Happy Hour, guys, and welcome to Brooklyn and Pacific Standard, a craft beer bar with a special regional twist and the most amazing frequent drinker program we've ever seen. And discovering why this place looks a little bit like a dorm room at a beer appreciation school, that's a job for the Happy Hour guys. Welcome back to the Happy Hour, guys, and welcome to Pacific Standard. We're in Brooklyn.
We are.
There's a tidal wave of craft beer hitting New York right now. It's very tasty. What's special about Pacific Standard, Mark?
Well, Pacific Standard, it was founded by two West Coast natives.
Those two West Coast natives are John Rauschenberg and Jonathan Stan, who, by the way, sometimes refer to their place as John and John's House of Starchy Living and Temperance Den. But try fitting that on a bev nap.
Two West Coast natives who found themselves on the East Coast missing the West Coast style of brewing. Now, understand that we know that the brewing styles are evening out across the country.
Right, they're coming together.
But a lot of the granddaddies, a lot of the old faithfuls come from the Pacific Northwest in particular, but also California, Oregon, all the way up. So with that concept in mind, Pacific Standard came to be.
How are you guys doing? What's business like? This is a wonderful space. Talk about what's happening.
Business is great. Our crowd is mostly just neighborhood people who live close by here, people who are here every day, mostly regulars, which is really nice.
Do you have like a frequent flyer club or anything?
Yeah,
like
we
that?
do. Actually, we do. We call it a frequent drinker program. You sign up, you get happy hour all night, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Also, keep track of basically everything you spend, and those will equate to points that you can redeem for all kinds of prizes. Free beer to t-shirts, things from local establishments around here. There's several people that got the biggest prize. The biggest prize is a trip to California.
Wow!
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
There's like 4 people who actually made it up to that level.
You guys do a reading series.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
And you've gotten some really nice attention for it.
It's called Chin Music. John, the other owner, he went to NYU for poetry, and he has a lot of friends, a lot of poets and people like in the poetry world come in here. These Pulitzer Prize winners, people like that.
Yeah, it was an impressive list.
Yeah.
How cool is that? The arts and great beer. Whoever knew that like you could combine great beer and great poetry and be a hit in Brooklyn?
I knew.
No, you didn't.
We used to also have it's not going on right now, but a fiction reading series.
Yes.
And that'll probably start up again, like in the spring, I think. We've had a lot of really famous people come in for that too. Like to speak, just in the literary world, everyone has all these connections, and they're like, they happen to be a regular at the bar, and they're like, I can get Colson Whitehead to come in here and read if you want. And it's like, okay, sure.
That's one of the amazing things about New York, is it's sort of a great leveler. You never know who's sitting next to you or who they know. Or now on the East Coast, we have access to some of the West Coast beers that we didn't probably when you first opened. What's something you've noticed about that, like that sort of leveling of the map?
Well, there's a couple of things. Well, it's been recently, I don't know, maybe the last decade or so, in the last 5 years especially, there's been, obviously so many more breweries popping up in the East Coast, so we're catching up to the West Coast, and some really great, places, around here in Pennsylvania, and even up in New England. There's a lot of cool stuff going on, like everywhere, and also recently the demand for it has increased so much in New York City. Just again, like in the last 5 years, and so that's made all the beer distributors start to wake up and go, we got to get on this, or some of the other guys going to grab all these West Coast beers that we don't have out here that people are yelling about.
So at Pacific Standard, there's a soft spot for West Coast craft beers, but there's also a devotion to American craft wherever it's from. Add in their reading series and just the coolest hang we've seen in quite a while. This is a place not to be missed. Oh, and by the way, they have It's. You West Coasters, you know what we're talking about. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
I was wondering if you get that shot. It's a good shot. It is a good shot. I didn't even think of it when I sat down.